So this from from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. It is Ike Nadalo. Please, I just got your contact from Nagaland. I'm planning to buy a Peugeot 406 for taxi. Please, my brother, I've not used Lion before in my life, but I want to ask. I'm thinking of automatic transmission, but people told me of manual. As an expert, what is your take? Then I need pictures of your Peugeot 406 station wagon. How much is it? I'm okay from Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt is in River State, Nigeria. Okay. I've done a lot of videos. At least I know probably like 30 now on Peugeot 406. So I don't know if I'll have any other thing new to add. I've written articles. In fact, 307, 407, 406. I bet you I must have done about 20 to 30 videos on each of these models of Peugeot vehicles. And thousands of posts, articles, you can name it. So I've explained, well, once in a while, I may think of some, some new informations. They come in, I was like, okay, let me drop it out. But, those old ones are also enough. So I, I, I don't know. It's a very good car. It's a very dependable car. Mine is serving me very well. Um, so it's not expensive for me to maintain. So I don't know how else to explain it. Now, I think that's all for that in terms of the model. You said you want to use it for taxi purpose. Okay. Yeah, it's also very good for taxi. Yes, very, very good. And since you are interested in the station wagon, yes, it will also serve you very well. Station wagon, it has a very big boot. The boot, I don't know between the 406 and the 505, which one has a larger boot? I mean, the station wagon. I don't know. Maybe I'll look it up sometime. But it's big enough to carry a lot of things. I know some when I do go to buy uh, used engines, when I'm changing engines for clients or customers, Tokumbo ones. There's this guy that I normally use to move those engines. So to carry the engines to the workshop where I do the work. And it's Peugeot 406 station wagon that I use it. So yes, to serve you well. It's big enough. So then it said automatic transmission, but people are advising you to go for manual instead. Yeah, well, as an expert, just like you said, when it comes to commercial purposes for Peugeot 406, I normally advise people to go for the manual. Not because the automatic will not serve the same purpose, but the automatic or Peugeot 406 with automatic transmission will cost you more in maintenance. It will cost you more to maintain when you are using it for taxi. You will spend more than if it was manual. Commercial or taxi purpose means you want to run it as a business. So it's set up for to maximize or bring in profit. So in other words, you are looking at unless you wouldn't mind spending most of the profits that the manual would have gotten for you, using some of it to be also maintaining the transmission, which you wouldn't do in the manual. Now you might be asking, what do I mean by that? It means even if the transmission is in good condition from day one, For it to continue to be in that good condition, you have to be spending money changing the oil regularly with the recommended, or at least high quality alternative ATF for that automatic gearbox. The minimum you should do, or the maximum you should do with the automatic gearbox in that 406 is 30,000 kilometers. My own recommendation, not Peugeot one. Based on what I see, when people usually have issues with theirs. So I always tell people don't go beyond 30,000 kilometers. So if you are using it for taxi, it means you are going to cover that mileage within a short period of time. So every 30,000 kilometers, you'll be spending close to, depending, you are looking at, for example, if the liter, those high quality one liter is about 5,000, a little bit less or more, and you're supposed to spend about or use up to 8 liters. I normally tell people 12 liters, but at least minimum 8 liters to do the change. Now, I know you might say, what do you mean? Is it not supposed to be 4 liters or 3 liters? Yeah, the normal service is 3 liters. But once these gearboxes start aging, especially if you're not the first user, you need to get rid of the entire old oil in the gearbox. So what it means is the gearbox takes about 7 liters, both the AL4 and the 4HP20. It takes about 8 liters or so, or maybe between 6 to 8 liters. Let's just leave it at that. To get, if you really want to get everything out. But if you don't want to do, if you want just to do the normal or drain and refill, then about 4 liters max. But then the old oil will still contaminate it. So that's why you need about 8 or even 12 to really get the old oil out, everything out. The process of doing that is something, it's not something I will start talking about in this video, but that's what you take. So if you are buying a liter 5,000 naira for that original or recommended or good alternative ATM for the gearbox, do the calculation. Do the calculation. How much will it cost you? If you are covering 30,000 kilometers every month, because you are now using it as taxi, I mean every day you may end up covering more than 2,000. You may even maybe between 2,000 or 3,000 or less. I don't know. Depending on the distance you cover for the taxi, maybe interstate, intrastate, or whatever. So within a month, if you cover up to 5,000 to 10,000 kilometers, it means within 3 months, you will be due to change the ATF for the automatic gearbox. So you end up spending close to 50 or 60,000 naira to buy the ATF to change. Anyway, I don't know. Like I said, it all depends. If it's what's it called, private use, I'll tell you, don't worry about it. So it's not about, okay, whether the gearbox is always problematic. No, that's not the point. I know people that have been using Peugeot 406 with automatic gearbox, or other Peugeot models with those same automatic gearboxes in Peugeot 406. A lot of people that have been using them for years now, none of them have had issues with theirs, because they are maintaining it, they are using it for private, so they are actually maintaining it. When it's due, they will drain, put in the recommended oil or good alternative, no matter the cost, and the gearbox is still running for them. So that's the thing. It may serve you. Probably sometimes you may buy one. Within that year you buy the vehicle, the gearbox will pack up, or may start giving you problems or sign of wear. Sometimes you change the oil, the problem goes away. Sometimes you change the oil, the issue will remain, probably because the harm has been done. So eventually you may have to rebuild the gearbox or repair it or replace it, or it could even be the electronic part of the gear to the transmission that is causing the problem. If you fix it, it goes away, and you may probably will never have that issue again till you decide to let the car go to another person, if you choose to. So the thing with automatic gearbox is there's no it's not like it's written somewhere that everybody will have the same experience the with them. So yeah, it makes more sense for the manual or for the commercial. If you are not, see, most especially if you are not the one to be doing the driving the car, trust me, don't even bother with the automatic. If you are the one driving it, you be very careful with it because they are not as robust. They are not as rugged as the manual. Manual, you can trash it, do anything you want. You just stay where you are. Worst case scenario, you burn your clutch. But the automatic, they are sort of fragile. It's not just Peugeot one. Every automatic gearbox, they are very, very sensitive. Even more sensitive than engine. Engine can tolerate abuse compared to all automatic gearbox, no matter the brand. It doesn't matter. Anybody telling you that this brand of or this automobile brand, the automatic gearbox don't give them issue. You mean if you are believing the person, then you are the foolish one. That's what I tell people. If you are believing anybody telling you that story, then you must be that foolish. All you need to test is go to where they sell Tokumbo engines, fully used engines, and automatic gearboxes. Find out how the sellers, how do they sell market? How do people come to buy those automatic gearboxes for them? For those brands, people are claiming that don't fail. So if they are selling a moving market, selling automatic gearboxes, 40 pieces, 20 pieces every week or thereabouts, how can you see claim that that model doesn't have any problem with the automatic gearboxes? So it's not like not everybody that drives automatic gearbox or I would say you may buy a particular kind of automatic gearbox and that it will not give you any problem. But your neighbor who you see driving that same particular model of car and brand may have issue with his. So like I said, you need to start being logical and than being following people's this thing without thinking, being a critical thinker and figuring things out yourself. So that's all for the automatic gearbox. So yeah, go for manual. Or you go for automatic if you are ready for it. Some people they don't really care, no matter what it takes to use automatic gearbox. They are in for it. Just like someone like me too. I don't care whatever it takes to own a more powerful a Peugeot car with more powerful engine. You know, whatever it will take to keep that engine running. Yeah, I don't give a rip. Even if it consumes fuel like fish, I don't care. I enjoy as long as it gives me that fun, you know. And also whatever once I see it's most especially if it has a manual transmission. That's what I'm coming. I'm not saying all Peugeot cars with big high powered engines that I'm interested in them, but if it has such engine and it's attached with a manual gearbox, wow. Unless I can't afford that car. Or maybe it doesn't, maybe the other things on that car, maybe the suspension is not a performance, the car is not as fun as I want it, or doesn't look attractive to me. But if as long as it does, any other thing people are talking about, fuel consumption, so everybody have their own tests. There are things that some people say, no matter what, you will never go back to manual or will never drive manual. Even if the automatic fails every year, the gearbox, where you is willing to be changing the gearbox every year as long as it's automatic gearbox. So now everybody have their part of risk resistance. So what else? What I don't know. I think basically that's all. But what I will say is to round this up is it's not like you've not had all these things I said now. You've never had them before. You probably did. Whenever you got my number, you must have seen all those things I've said. All these things I've said them many, many times in the past. Days ago, weeks ago, months ago, years ago. I mean, go start from 2010, 2010 till date. All you need to do is just go and click my username. You can attend 51. You may spend weeks, not days, weeks, reading up everything I've said concerning Peugeot vehicles. So, but what I've realized is, still people, even after reading all those things, they still will always come up with this question, but are they truly reliable? I mean, there are sometimes people will send me message, WhatsApp, email, and sometimes they will call, and then they will say, yeah, I got your number, I read your articles, your posts, watch your videos on this and that, but I want to contact you privately. Now tell me the truth. Is this car truly reliable? Is it automatic? I'm like, what? I mean, to them, it's like they still believe that, oh, all these things I'm saying online is showmanship. I'm just saying it to, that is what is expected. People always look at me that I'm the same with every other man. Because online you're supposed to pretend, package myself, package what I say. These are things you're supposed to say. This is the norm. You're supposed to say nice things, say good things about what you use, say good things about what you like, so that it will just it's not it will justify. So people will feel the justification of why you are using it. That's what you're supposed to say. So, but now, no, okay, I'm coming to you privately now. Forget all those things now. Tell me truly. So it's sometimes I'm like, come on, I'm a monk. If you don't understand it by now, then I don't know how else you will. Even before I even started saying it publicly, this is who I've always been. I've never, people that knew from childhood, I never had friends. Friends I will have like maybe one or two, because they hated, people around me always hate what I say. Because I don't pretend, I never done it. It's who I am. I have very few people that were very close to me till I grew up and became who I am today. So I say it, this is how I see it. This is what I use. This is how I love them. And this is why I love them. So I must go online and say something different and go offline and say another thing. It's not going to happen, because my life is transparent. As I'm saying, I'm not anonymous online. So do you expect me to be saying, knowing that people know me already? They know me online and offline. So they see all these things I'm talking about, I'm living them. So do you expect me to go online and be saying something different they are saying different offline? So the point is the thing is, I can't really help if you don't believe some of these things I say freely online. It's like some people who rather come private. It's when I say it to them privately that they will not believe me. They believe that, okay, I was probably telling the truth. So I say, in fact, what I do this day, when you come like that, I say, okay, if you don't want to believe those free ones I've said, then pay to get it privately. That's all. If you're coming to be privately, you have to pay to get it. It's almost the same thing you are also, I've said online, free for you to go and receive, digest, and make your choice. It's the same thing I'm going to say to you in private. You have to pay. This is how your choice. If you don't want to believe the free one, then pay, so that people actually value things they spend money on than what they get for free. It's as simple as that. So everything I've said about Peugeot is not a lie. I'm saying it not just as a repairer. I'm also telling you as a user. So that's the best thing that ever happened to me. Or one of the best things that happened to me is my Peugeot V6 manual. So however you want to digest it, I mean, come on. whether you believe it or not, has no impact in my life. I'm not taking to the person that sent me this image. I'm just saying it generally. It doesn't matter whether you believe that Peugeot cars, the way I preach about them, that they are true, that they're actually very good cars. I don't work. It's not like I don't work for Peugeot. So whether you believe it, whether I buy Peugeot or don't buy Peugeot, it means nothing in my life, and it still doesn't stop me from buying more. You know, I mean, if you don't want to buy, maybe you will reduce the price. If more people stop buying Peugeot, we will maybe as a price, they drop the price, then and I will have excess money to buy more because everybody is rejecting them. I'm not interested in buying every year. We buying Peugeot that is produced 2020, 2021, 2020. I'm not interested. How many years do I still need to live in this life? So get a point. I'm only, in fact, it's like I was like choosing Peugeot cars. Probably the last cars I will ever purchase from that brand, because what I have new cars that are coming out now, I have zero interest. Almost in all brand, not just Peugeot. You know, cars are now getting unattractive to me. So I've kind of started limiting my choices. You know, so if you don't want to buy those older ones that are there, those are the ones I'm interested in. That's what I'm saying. So if you don't want to buy, don't buy. It will bring the price lower and I will have more in my faith. Okay, that's all for this video. Hope it helps.